Academic Staff Union of Universities to hold strategic NEC meeting as strike enters week 2. In business, House of Representatives to mediate in Pengassan Dangote refinery dispute. And on the foreign scene, ex-French president gets 5-year jail term. Supporters demand release. And in sports, National Institute for Sports reaffirms commitment to revitalizing Nigeria's sports training system. Hello and welcome to all our viewers in Nigeria and around the world to News Prime on Global Television, coming to you live from the nation's capital, Abuja. I am Shehu Said. A quick reminder that Global Television is on DSTV channel 365, on StarTimes channel 276. Now the news in full. The national leadership of the Academic Staff Union of Nigerian Universities, ASU, will meet today to evaluate its position on the ongoing strike by its members. The development follows the union's disclosure that government's renegotiation team led by Yayale Ahmed came to the negotiation table with a documented response to the union's demands and made some offers to it. The union acknowledged that progress is being recorded in certain areas, such as the release of third-party deductions, areas of promotions, mainstreaming of earned academic allowance, confiscation of University of Abuja land, and victimization of its members in Kaduna State University, Lagos State University, and Federal University of Technology, Owerri. Meanwhile, the Academic Staff Union of Polytechnics has suspended its services for 2 weeks following alleged certificate racketeering at Delta State Polytechnic, Ogwashi Uku. A whistleblower, Raphael Ufwa, accused the institution of certificate racketeering, causing serious damage to the school, alleging the principal officers issued certificates to students who never attended the school. However, announcing the strike, the union's chairman, Dr. Michael Ohana, stated that the lingering issue of alleged result racketeering has brought the institution into disrepute and disrupted academic activities. And the Nigerian Association of Resident Doctors has scheduled an extraordinary National Executive Council meeting to review the 30-day ultimatum earlier issued to the federal government. Addressing the National Officers Committee, the Secretary General, Dr. Shuaibu Ibrahim, said the meeting will be held virtually on Saturday, October 25th, 2025. The agenda of the meeting, according to the notice, is to review the ultimatum and evaluate the government's response to the association's unresolved demands. Federal Capital Territory Minister Nyesom Wike has assured Nigerians that President Bola Tinubu is committed to the socio-economic development of the nation's capital city. The minister gave the assurance during the official commissioning of the newly provided engineering infrastructure in Wuye District, Abuja. Correspondent Kabir Hassan tells us more.
The commissioning, which marks the continuation of the implementation of Abuja Master Plan, covers a total of 37 kilometers of road networks. The project includes transformers, streetlights, and other vital infrastructure aimed at improving living standards and promoting socio-economic development in the area. Wike noted that the administration of President Tinubu remained focused on delivering quality infrastructure that will transform Abuja and enhance the life of residents.
But Tinubu has come, they are continuing to finish it. Tinubu has realized the Kuje Road, Tinubu is now realizing Kuje to Lagolaga.
With the completion of the project, development in Wuye District is expected to receive a significant boost, providing easier access, better lighting, and improved safety within the area. The minister also appreciated the contractors for keeping their promises, expressed gratitude to the residents and beneficiaries for their patience.
The contractor, let me thank you. Thank you. But you gave me a commitment. You told me, Mr. Minister, we trust in you, we believe in your judgment, we will go ahead and work sincerely thank you.
The newly commissioned engineering infrastructure in Wuye district stands as another milestone in the Federal Capital Territory Administration effort to ensure balanced development and the full realization of Abuja Master Plan. Kabir Hassan, reporting for Global TV News.
To legislative matters, the Senate has passed the bill for an act to amend the Abubakar Tafawa Balewa University to non-specialized university by removing the word technology to allow the university to run courses like law and other social sciences. This followed a bill sponsored by Senator Umar Shehu Buba, Bauchi South, seeking for the amendment of Act that established the university from specialized university to non-specialized university in Abuja. National Assembly correspondent Tom Sigimba has details.
Legislative effort addresses access issues and regional development, especially in Bauchi State, which currently lacks a conventional federal university. A bill titled the Abubakar Tafawa Balewa University Amendment Bill 2025 SB 910 was sponsored by Senator Umar Buba to amend the institution's funding law.
The objective of this bill are to, 1, make it a conventional university, empower the university to offer courses and conduct research in all academic disciplines.
While we are trying to open up, because this is just opening up more opportunities for social sciences and arts in our universities.
The government can no longer fund the technological aspect squarely.
After extensive debates, the proposed legislation passed for second reading and was referred to the Senate Committee on Tertiary Education.
To remove the word technology from its name and make it a non-specialized university, and for related matters 2025 SB 910, second reading taken.
Meanwhile, the Red Chamber has taken a major steps towards strengthening worker protection with the proposal of a crucial social security bill. The legislation, which aims to create a unified framework for social security management, receives its second reading on the floor of the Senate. The bill seeks to harmonize existing laws, eliminate overlapping functions, and streamline social security administration across Nigeria. It is set to repeal the current Nigerian Social Insurance Trust Fund Act and the Employees Compensation Act. Leading the debate on the general principle of the bill, the sponsor of the bill, Senator Oluwole Cyril, highlighted the importance of this legislation.
Retirement and other contingencies that may threaten their livelihood. The objectives of the bill are to harmonize existing laws by consolidating the provisions of Nigeria's Social Security Trust Fund Act and the Employees Compensation Act.
Supporters of the bill further emphasized that although current benefits included medical expenses, disability payments, and survival benefits, there have been challenges such as delayed disbursements and employer non-compliance.
This bill, I will say, for those who understand workers' compensation, will not need much debate because it is coming at the time that innovations are coming.
Are dealing with compensations and claims by workers in Nigeria. So there will be no need operating these two acts side by side.
They argued that the new legislation would strengthen enforcement mechanisms, ensuring that employees receive prompt and fair compensation.
I think what this bill seeks to see, or I'm convinced what this proposed bill seeks to achieve, is to eliminate those conflicts at the level of management.
The bill has now been referred to the Committee on Employment, Labor and Productivity, which is to report back in 4 weeks. This legislation marks a vital step towards modernizing Nigeria's social security scheme, promising broader and more sustainable protection for all workers. Topsy Gimba, reporting for Global Television News.
In a landmark development, the National Universities Commission has officially issued a license to the University of Innovation, Science and Technology, OMUMA, making it the 4th university in Imo State and the 70th state university in Nigeria. Education correspondent Priscilla Obasi has the rest of the report.
At the National Universities Commission headquarters in Abuja, The NUC officially granted a full operational license to the University of Innovation, Science and Technology, Omuma, marking a major milestone for tertiary education in Imo State. The Executive Secretary to the Commission, Professor Abdullahi Ribadu, presented the license to the Governor of Imo State, Hope Uzodinma, describing the approval as a bold step towards expanding access to quality higher education, empowering young people, and promoting knowledge-driven development across the state.
To celebrate this achievement, I call on all stakeholders, including government officials, university administrators, staff and students, to work together to ensure that the institution flourishes and upholds the highest standards of academic integrity. We should also uphold good research excellence and good governance.
In his remarks, Governor Hope Uzodinma said the establishment of the new university represents a landmark moment for Imo State's education sector. He explained that the institution, in collaboration with Imo Digital City, will partner with Bentley University in California to develop a robust digital curriculum that fosters innovation, startups, and youth entrepreneurship.
Admission into a commendable and reputable university or tertiary institution has also won this race. The University of Innovation, Science and Technology, Omuma, in partnership with Imo Digital City, will have already a mentoring agreement with the University of Berkeley in California.
The highlight of the event was the formal presentation of the university's strategic document by the NUC Executive Secretary to the Governor.
Independent Corrupt Practices and Other Related Offences Commission, ICPC, says it is strengthening collaboration with the Universal Basic Education Commission, UBEC, to promote transparency and accountability in Nigeria's basic education sector. The Commission's chairman, Dr. Musa Aliyu, stated this while receiving UBEC's Executive Secretary, Dr. Aisha Garba, and her management team during a courtesy visit to the Commission's headquarters in Abuja. Dr. Aliyu said the partnership will ensure that funds allocated for basic education are effectively utilized for the benefit of Nigerian children, noting that the Commission's constituency and executive projects tracking initiative is key in monitoring UBEC-funded projects nationwide.
A mild political drama unfolded in the House of Representatives as the Deputy Governor of Benue State looked on during the defection of Ojema Ojotu from the People's Democratic Party to the ruling All Progressives Congress. His defection letter was read and acknowledged by the Deputy Speaker Benjamin Kalu, who welcomed him to the majority party.
This decision has become necessary due to the persistent internal crisis, unresolved leadership and deep divisions within the party from the national to the federal constituency, giving the party a rudderless direction.
But the move sparked a constitutional debate. Deputy Minority Leader Aliyu Madaki cited Section 68, subsection 1G of the Constitution, arguing that the lawmaker's seat should be declared vacant since there was no division in the PDP.
Therefore, calling anew, based on this constitutional provision, to declare his seat vacant, because as it stands, there is no division in the party that brought him to this house.
The Deputy Majority Leader Abdullahi Halmis, however, countered that.
We sincerely apologize for the mix-up in that report. It was a busy start to a new legislative week at the Green Chamber, where political realignments, economic stability, and accountability in public spending took center stage. Global TV's National Assembly correspondent Aniete Patrick reports.
A mild political drama unfolded in the House of Representatives as the Deputy Governor of Benue State looked on during the defection of Ojema Ojotu from the People's Democratic Party to the ruling All Progressives Congress. His defection letter was read and acknowledged by the Deputy Speaker Benjamin Kalu, who welcomed him to the majority party.
This decision has become necessary due to the persistent internal crisis, unresolved leadership tussle, and deep divisions within the party from the national to the federal constituency, giving the party a rudderless direction.
But the move sparked a constitutional debate. Deputy Minority Leader Aliyu Madaki cited Section 68, subsection 1G of the Constitution, arguing that the lawmakers' seats should be declared vacant since there was no division in the PDP.
Therefore, calling anew, based on this constitutional provision, to declare his seat vacant, because as it stands, there is no division in the party that brought him to this house.
The Deputy Majority Leader Abdullahi Halmis, however, countered that Ojotu's defection was in line with the constitutional provision due to unresolved party crisis. Beyond politics, lawmakers deliberated on the need to protect strategic private investment from avoidable labor disruptions, a motion aimed at stabilizing the economy and safeguarding indigenous investors. The House mandated Speaker Tajuddin Abbas to wade into the ongoing dispute between the Nigerian Labour Congress and the Dangote refinery.
That if private investment of strategic national importance are continually subjected to unlawful disruptions by adversarial unionism, Nigeria risks not only the failure of key economic assets, but also the erosion of investor confidence necessary for national growth and economic development.
In another motion, Philip Agbese from Benue State called for an investigation into over $4 billion in health grants from the Global Fund and USAID between 2021 and 2025, a move swiftly adopted by the House.
The House concerned that despite this significant investment, Nigerians remain burdened by public health threats, including 15,000 AIDS-related deaths among children between the age of 0 months to 14 months in 2023 alone, of 51,000 AIDS-related deaths in 2023, ranking Nigeria third globally in HIV-related deaths.
Lawmakers also demanded details of the federal financial interventions to states and local governments outside FAC allocations since 2023. A constitutional amendment bill sponsored by Deputy Speaker Benjamin Kalu and others seeking timely budget presentation and fiscal transparency passed second reading. And a bill to establish the Nigerian Police Force Pension Board and exempt the force from the contributory pension scheme scaled third reading, now awaiting presidential assent. From the National Assembly, Anie T. Patrick reporting for Global TV News.
We are taking a short break and the news continues shortly. Stay with us. You're welcome back. We begin with business. The House of Representatives has resolved to intervene in the recent face-off between members of the Petroleum and Natural Gas Senior Staff Association of Nigeria, PENGASN, and the Dangote refinery, which has disrupted petroleum product distribution nationwide. The resolution of the House followed the consideration and adoption of a motion of urgent public importance co-sponsored by Kano and Sokoto lawmakers Alassane Dogwa and Abdulsamad Dasuki at plenary. The face-off between PENGASN and the Dangote refinery led to an industrial action which commenced on September 29, 2025, disrupting the operations of the $20 billion refinery. And the federal government has launched a comprehensive revenue recovery exercise aimed at boosting inflows into the federation account. As part of the initiative, more than 50 consultants have been inaugurated to identify and recover unremitted revenues across key sectors of the economy. The exercise, which is being jointly coordinated by the Revenue Mobilization, Allocation and Fiscal Commission and the Federal Inland Revenue Service, is expected to be completed within 6 months. Meanwhile, the Nigeria Customs Service has launched its digital reform agenda with a new online platform aimed at ending vehicle smuggling and improving transparency in the import verification. The Controller General of Customs, Adewale Adeni, says the launch marks a major leap in the service's digital transformation drive aimed at tackling vehicle smuggling and promoting transparency in trade operations. Business correspondent Kikelomo Okere completes the report.
For years, the vehicle verification process relied on outdated and fragmented methods that encouraged misinformation, fraud, and revenue leakages. Comptroller General of Customs Bashir Adewale Adeniyi described the innovation as a game changer that will redefine how vehicle verification is conducted across the custom ecosystem. It reveals that the new digital system introduces a faster and more secure process for verifying the duty payment status of imported vehicles.
There is no phase to it. It's been launched. It is web-based. Anybody can access it from anywhere in the world. And the card that you are going to use for it is any card issued by any financial institution in Nigeria or indeed anywhere in the world.
Adeniyi says the platform will also empower the public to make informed vehicle purchase decisions and curb the circulation of smuggled or improperly cleared vehicles. He added that the initiative is another demonstration of the service commitment to modernization, transparency, and building public trust.
And that's why we have officially unveiled it. And the members of the Motor Dealers Association, who we consider very strategic stakeholders in this business, have not disappointed us by telling us that their members will embrace it so that they are sure that vehicles that they will be putting out for to Nigerians are properly documented and are cleared by the Nigeria Customs Service.
With the launch of the Customs Verification Management System, the service says it is reaffirming its commitment to a smarter, faster, and more transparent approach to vehicle clearance and trade facilitation. Kike Lomo Okeri, Global Television News.
On the foreign scene, 8 days after Cameroon's presidential election, the National Vote Counting Commission has released provisional results pointing to the victory of incumbent President Paul Biya. The commission said Biya is leading with over 53% of the votes, ahead of his main opponent Issa Chiroma Bakari at 35%. These preliminary results are already disputed. Opposition candidate Issa Chiroma has been claiming victory for the past week. And the military officials in Congo say almost 40 members of the M23 rebel group have surrendered in the Eastern Democratic Republic of the Congo. The officials stated that the fighters who turned over their arms were reportedly civilians, soldiers and police officers who had been kidnapped and forcibly conscripted when the cities of Goma and Bukavu were captured by M23 earlier this year. The fighters surrendered in North and South Kivu provinces, included two officers and an army commander called on other rebels to follow suit. And more than 100 people gathered outside Nicolas Sarkozy's home to show their support as the former French president prepared to leave for La Sainte prison in Paris. Sarkozy, France's right-wing leader from 2007 to 2012, was found guilty last month of seeking to acquire funding from Muammar Gaddafi's Libya for the campaign that saw him elected. Uyi Agbomofuegbe has the rest of the story.
The Frenchman has become the first former head of a European Union state to be jailed, proclaiming his innocence as he entered a Paris prison.
Ça c'était à Villepinte lorsque Sarkozy nous avait dit il nous reste que 3 jours pour pouvoir.
The 70-year-old who has appealed the verdict was seen leaving his home after a short drive, flanked by police on motorbikes, entered the La Sainte prison in the French capital. Sarkozy was handed a 5-year jail term in September for criminal conspiracy over a plan for late Libyan dictator Gaddafi to fund his electoral campaign. Sarkozy's lawyer, Christophe Ingrain, said a request had been immediately filed for the former French leader's release. Uyi Agbomofuegbe reporting for Global TV News.
And now to sports news. The newly appointed Director General of the National Institute for Sports, Philip Shuaibu, has officially resumed duties at the Institute's headquarters in Abuja. promising to restore the institution's glory and fulfill its mandate as the center of excellence for sports development in Nigeria and across Africa. He made this known in a media briefing in the Institute complex at the Package B Stadium in Abuja. Over to Adete Patrick for more.
After weeks of working remotely from Abuja, the Director General of the National Institute for Sports, Philip Shuaibu, describes his resumption as a fresh start for Nigeria's sports development system. Shuaibu said his vision aligns with President Bola Tinubu's renewed hope agenda aimed at repositioning sports as a vital contributor to national growth, youth engagement and economic development. He highlighted the Athletes Development Center in Abuja, modeled after the Australian Institute of Sports, as a key example of Nigeria's capacity to train and nurture elite athletes locally rather than depending on facilities abroad.
We have a 200-bed self-contained room that was built for athletes. That 200 self-contained room, built like an hotel, self-contained, if we have to demarcate it on best spaces, we can have each room accommodate 4 athletes. So times 4 times 200 rooms will tell you the number of athletes, at least a minimum of 800 athletes we can train at the same time.
Shuaibu decried years of neglect and what he termed selfish interests that stalled sports development in Nigeria, promising a new era of transparency, collaboration, and productivity. He said the institute is now set to operate like a sports industry, producing world-class coaches, referees, and podium-ready athletes for the nation.
The infrastructure that I saw here, solid infrastructure that I saw here that was allowed to rot, is something that was meant to develop excellent coaches and excellent athletes.
The Director General also announced a 10-year development plan for the institute, which includes a new academic courses such as sports scouting, paramedics, and sports physiotherapy, as well as partnerships with the Nigerian Referees Association to enhance officiating standards. Shuaibu reaffirmed his readiness to collaborate with the Federal Ministry of Sports, the National Sports Commission, and the private sector to achieve the President's vision of restoring Nigerians' dominance in continental and global sports. Adete Patrick, reporting for Global TV News.
And before we go, a quick reminder that Global TV is on DSTV channel 365 and StarTimes channel 276. Kindly follow us across all social media platforms now showing on your screen using @Global TV NG. I am Shehu Said once again saying thanks for being with us and have a pleasant night rest.